Our goes family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys have a great and exceptional night. All right, let's get into it. So as we go into 2025, one thing has to basically, be said, and it's always been certain that entrepreneurship and investment and networking and homeownership is what it's always been about in the United States of America since the inception. Regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house, family. So now that the election's over with, we can get back to the basics of what life really is about and stop arguing over rich people that don't care about us. So, and especially in the black community, without economic unity, it doesn't matter what a president does, family. And when parents step up, especially fathers like this gentleman that I'm going to be talking about today, Mr. Smith, it comes to teaching their kids the difference between being an employee and being a business owner and investor. So according to the article that I read the other day, journalist and now published author Carlos Smith, as you see behind me here with his son, didn't take the traditional route to entrepreneurship. After graduating from college and constantly hearing that he lacked experience, he decided to create his own opportunity with his business called More Than a Job LLC. More on his background of Mr. Smith. Like I said, he's a journalist slash entrepreneur from Jonesville, South Carolina. He's a college graduate from the University of South Carolina's upstate. During his time in college, he got into broadcasting where he covered sports from the high school level all the way up to the Charlotte Hornets and Carolina Panthers. Visit his website at carlosksmith.com. Now, he wants to convey that same message to his 7-year-old son, Bryden, that you see behind me, that entrepreneurship could be a much better option than going to college. And before I go on, not will I ever downplay or shame people with college degrees or jobs. But my two favorite words are options and leverage. And with a job and college degree only, it's harder to have options and leverage from an economic standpoint if you're not trying to think outside of the box of how to make passive income and to purchase more and more assets so that having a job doesn't become a must. It becomes one of my favorite words, an option. All right. Then having these other options and whatnot allows you to leverage certain things so that you can purchase more assets. Therefore, you have more economic options. Leverage and options, my favorite words, period. Regardless who's in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house, okay? Because that's what politicians and corporations do. They leverage certain things and they have a multitude of options on how they make money and how they're able to do things. So therefore, that's why they are the power brokers. But I'll leave it at that. No leverage, no options, and you're just a person that's just working every day, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get upset and mad if you haven't figured out a way to create more options and leverage within your life. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. Alrighty. So, anyways, Mr. Smith stated that hearing no so many times as a college graduate could be very disappointing. He stated, and I quote, "I started to hear no so much it started to make me question a lot of things in my life. However, I refuse to let that the no define who I am and my circumstances. So I created my own opportunity. The meaning of More Than a Job is about finding your purpose and understanding that life is more than a paycheck. It's nothing wrong with creating your own opportunity and realizing the self-investment is your best investment. And that isn't talked about enough, family. That self-investment from information, health, and wellness and engaging with like-minded people to help take your life to the next level." The article also stated that Mr. Smith's book called F School, Life is Your Best Teacher, and it really is. I remember I used to see people where it says education, they say the school of life. Life is always going to be your best education, period. And self-education also is the best education. My personal opinion. The purpose of this book is to share his journey and to inspire people all over the world. Mr. Smith stated that I want people to understand that success is all subjunctive and that you don't. I love that. Another beautiful word, subjunctive. And you don't necessarily have to go to college to be successful. He's right. I mean, look at so many entrepreneurs today, so many blue-collar workers today are making a lot more money than people who are college educated. We're seeing this more and more. He feels that at an early age, society puts a belief on us that we must do things a certain way, even when it comes to education. He also wanted to break the stigma, especially as a black man, that we don't like to read and write. I concur with all of this. I'm an avid reader, and I write my blogs. I read 3 to 6 books, various pages from 3 to 6 books, 7 days a week. And disclaimer, because there was a time when I was not the best reader. So now that the fact that I'm an excellent reader, I became more of a better and excellent reader by just practicing, just like anything else in life, repetition and practice, etc. and so forth. And the thing is about college, remember, the cat's out of the bag that entities make a lot of money off of people going to college. So if you're going to go to school, that's fine, but just know that should not be the only way that you make a living in this life. Ensure that you create more options and leverage, and I'll leave it at that. Alrighty. But anyways, knowledge is power, and the best way to hide something from someone is to put it in the book. That's the old saying that I used to hear a lot of times. Carlos, aka Mr. Smith, has also created his own podcast called Cross the Line, where he travels to different places to interview entrepreneurs from various backgrounds to share their journey. And I need to check it out as well, and it can be found at carlosksmith.com, or iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, and Pandora Radio. So on that note, this is a great story, and I hope that people continuously support people like this, because the message needs to get out about economics and intelligence and financial intelligence, because that's what it's all about. I sell a t-shirt that says financial intelligence is sexy, because it's the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, don't forget to check out my online store. We sell a variety of products. Get your LarrysAnythingGoes products all at the same time, so you can make some money moves. Don't forget, you can't get fired if you own the company. Mr. Smith owns the company, and he's not worried about getting fired. All right. Don't forget, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to check out WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase. What else platforms should be able to make some money moves? I'll get a bonus from when you sign up with these programs and go from there. But, it is what it is. All right. On that note, family, do the great three things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves, or you're going to live real like a fool, and as they say in Spanish, bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life. Take care, family. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the new subscribers to Larry's Anything Goes. Appreciate it.